Hey guys, hope you guys are all doing well with this quarantine and everything that's going on. Since I've got time, I'm going to make a bunch of videos that will go over some guns and gear and things that will help you guys out on making decisions on your purchases. Today, let's go over Electronic Ear Pro. If you haven't seen Goran Thumb's video, that's an excellent video. I'm not going to go as in-depth as he is with the mics and everything, but if you want to check it out, go to his video. You can listen in on sound quality and all that. I'm not going to do that. I don't have the equipment or the time. So I'm going to go through the low-end Electronic Ear Pro, entry level, all the way up to the high-end stuff. And what I'm using it for, obviously, is shooting and training, and some for professional use. So stuff I use it for work. Let's go with the beginning entry-level stuff, and that would be something like these. As you see, these are pretty tore up because I've used them a lot. These are Howard Lights, and all of these will give you protection. Just read the packaging, do your research before you buy them. They range from 20 to 23 NR rating, and the more the better. And these will do the job fine. These take AA batteries, and they last pretty long time. They're pretty durable, and the best bang for your buck are these guys. If you're just going out to the range, you can't go wrong with these. You can get some better. I only suggest that and recommend that you get a gel inserts, and the noise fighter ones are great, and they have a cutout for your space for your glasses or shooting glasses. So these are the cheapest, and entry level will run you about $50. Not a bad set to go with. Next set that I have are these Peltor Tactical 6S. These were okay. I didn't like the fact that you have to use 2 on switches, 1 for each side. These got tore pretty quick. As you can see, the foam just disappeared after a while, and that is a negative. I hardly ever use these anymore, but just another option. It costs a little bit more than the Howard Lights, and you have to adjust the volume for both sides, which is not that great. Moving on to the higher end stuff. Before we go there, got one more set here, and that is the Peltor Sports, and this is a Tactical 500. These are kind of neat, and I have the noise fighter gel cells in them. Those are really good, and this setup is great with the helmet setup. This bump helmet from Hardhead Veterans, and I have it on the rack system. That they don't click out or anything, but they do give you a good tension. And this is a good little lid that I have set up for just shooting when I don't need any ballistic protection. And these have Bluetooth on them, so you can listen to music off your phone. I've tried using as a headset to talk to on the phone. They're not that great for that, but they are good for you want to have music on Bluetooth. They connect easily to your phone, which is kind of neat. And it can take a rechargeable battery if you want. Next up in our price range, those Peltors run you about $100 or so on the street price. Next is the MSA Sordins. These are high quality headsets that I got on eBay. These are surplus, and they have a bunch of wiring. I'm not on a tactical team or anything like that, so I don't need it, so I just get out of my way. These are excellent hearing quality headsets, and they take AAA batteries, and they're kind of a pain in the ass to get in and out, but the batteries will last you a while on these, and they're a great set. Nothing bad about them. It's just that if you're getting them surplus, you're gonna have all these extra wires that you don't need. I bought adapters for it to plug in a 3.5 jack on my radio at work, and it's just too cumbersome. So these are just an extra set I have laying around now. Moving up in price would be these TCI, which is Safariland, and these are the DEHP. These are the Liberator HPs, and they're a great set for hearing quality, but the downside of these is the which they have corrected. So you buy these now, number one is the battery door needs a little screwdriver to undo, and it takes 2 AAA batteries, which this set does not. It does not last that long. I would leave these in. I don't take batteries out each and every time I go use them. I expect them to last, and these just don't do it. They don't last that long. You put them in, and a month later, they'd be dead, or even 2 weeks sometimes. Not using them, and but when you do have fresh batteries in them, they're great, and these ones have 3 different modes for listening, and they do come with the gel cell ear cups, which are nice. But the newer version that I saw at SHOT Show, you can remove this door without any tools, which is nice. And they said that they improved the battery life on them with a better circuit board. These 2 are nice, and Sordins are not the same. TCI, they might look like Sordins, but they're actually made all in-house. All the insides are made in-house by them in the US, so they're not actually Sordins, even though they might resemble them. Especially these ones right here. These are the DEHPs from Safariland, also TCI, and these are probably my favorite set if I'm just not using a helmet or anything like that. Even with a helmet, they sit a lot better than over the head. This is behind the head setup right here, and I've used these for years, and these are one of my favorite headsets, and the sound quality is great. 2 AAA batteries. These kind of look like Sordins, but they're not, and they also came with the gel cells, which are fine. The behind the head's great if you're wearing a hat. You don't have that little binding you get with the over the heads. And if you're trying to wear it with a helmet, they're great, but better than these, which are pretty thick. And this, however, sometimes gets in the way with the back strap of your helmet, so just keep that in mind. So it's compatible a little bit better with than the over the heads, but this can get in the way of some helmets. And price range for these are under $400, and these are about $400, so you're jumping up in price here. But the sound quality is definitely better than the cheaper ones, but it is what it is, depending on what you're using it for. I like to have these for range work and at work, so I usually leave these in my bag, so if I ever need ear protection, I can throw them on real quick. I have these in my bag. Moving on to the last set, and these are the 3M Peltor Comtac 3s, and these are the newer version without, I think these are called the hearing defenders, and they do not have any comms, which is great, and they take AAA batteries on each side. You just pull these doors out and put them in, super easy. Oh, and all these, as much as I can, I get the dynamic fuzz. These guys do a good job. They also make a insert for the inside of your cups to add on to a little bit more noise isolation. But that's another company that's great for accessories. They make all sorts of Velcro products for your Pro, and yeah, they're great. It adds Velcro on it to put patches or whatever else you want on there, some IR patches as well. So these are pretty neat. These are my latest set. I just got these in, and if you're working with helmets, these are hard to beat. So the sound quality is great, activated with this button, these buttons right here. Either on, you got only 2 buttons, and either of them turn on and control the volume, which is easy. These are way more slimmer, I think, than the other sets. So when you're wearing helmets, even if you have helmets that are like an ACH cut, these will sit nicely underneath. You can see the headband is very low profile. Also, they had in mind that people will like to switch it and make them helmet mounted, so you can take this headband off pretty easily. And that's what I have planned for these. I'm going to attach these to my HiCom armor helmet right here, and I'm just waiting for my Uni tactical marks to come in, and I'll do a video on that. And Peltors are way more easier when it comes down to helmet compatibility. Basically, for the marks, when they come in, you just pop these, you can slide these off the rail, undo the headband real quick, and attach them right to the rail. When you talk about doing that, and I've thought about doing it to these the Sordins or my TCIs, but you need the Sarahs for them, and I'm pretty sure I can do those, but why, if you can just have a set that you can just bolt directly on without many modifications that you have, and keeps the price down. So once I do the transfer of these onto the helmet, the cons of that is once I take the helmet off, Pro stays with it, and not a problem for me. Obviously I have a ton of headsets, and these will always go with me everywhere. So if I were to take the helmet off, I got these sets I don't wear if I'm not going to use the helmet. And as you can see with this saber here, they're just tied to it, and those these Peltors are going to do exactly just that. So you get the set that works for you. Consider, you know, the price range. If you don't need high-end hearing protection, Howard lights are great. Even walkers. I've never used walkers, but I've seen and heard that they were quality ear products as well. So some companies, so if you want to upgrade them, Dynamic Fuzz does pretty much all these different type of sets to add Velcro to it, and Noise Fighters is a good accessory to add to if you don't have, if yours doesn't come with gel cells. Gel cells are great, just add so much more comfort. For the regular ones, after a while, the air will come out of them, and soon it won't be as comfortable anymore, as you just have pressure crushing on your head. So I always recommend the gel cells. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Get what works for you. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer every single one of them. Keep following me on 50 Shades FDE on Instagram, and I'll try to be doing more blog posts that I got a little more time before I head back to work. And yeah, hopefully this is helpful for you. So do what works for you, and as soon as it's all over, get out and train. Thanks for watching.